So you might have seen a news announcement regarding US football, or US soccer as they prefer to call it, because it's actually been pretty shaken up in a few years' time. Now, the chat of pro-rel, promotion and relegation in the American soccer leagues, is something that has been on the cards for a very long time. It's something they've been wanting to bring in, but it's never quite got over the line, and fans are quite divided on whether it's actually a good thing for a number of different reasons, which we will get into. But I did want to highlight this as an announcement because it is groundbreaking effectively to have this in an American sports league. The very notion of promotion and relegation is something that is just not a part of American sports. If you look to the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, none of them have that. It's just something that American sports teams don't do because they're not teams, they are franchises. It's a different kind of scene completely over there. But I wanted to go over what has been agreed, what kind of form it'll take, and the advantages and disadvantages of having promotion and relegation. Because in theory, I think it's a good thing. It does make it more in line with other football leagues around the world, but it's not perfect either, and it could have some consequences when it actually when it comes to actually being implemented, both good and bad. But let me just go over what's happened here. So the first thing I'm going to go for here is just to show you the actual announcement and just the kind of shape that this is going to take, because I think this is coming in 2028. I think it's going to be confirmed actually in the second article I look at. So it's not coming in for a few seasons. It's not going to be something that immediately happens. But right now, MLS, Major League Soccer, their equivalent of the Premier League essentially, is a massive league. I think you've got like 30 teams there split into East and West. There's no promotion, there's no relegation. So there is no league that the worst teams in the MLS do drop into if they perform badly. Unlike the Premier League, for example, where if you perform really badly and you're in the bottom three, you go back down to the Championship next season. Whereas the three best teams, or at least the two best teams, and the one who wins the playoffs from the Championship, come to the Premier League to replace them every season, and the cycle keeps continuing. That's not a thing with MLS. You finish bottom, you get the best picks when it comes to the draft next season, because MLS has a draft, and that's a whole different topic I'm not going to get into in this video, because that is the biggest can of worms in American football, really, or American soccer. But what kind of form is this going to take? What is going to change here? Well, just going off of the news announcement here, it does appear as though MLS is not going to be a thing, or at least it's going to be rebranded to the USL Division 1, which is a newly launched league. The USL Championship will be below it, and then the USL League 1, Division 3, which is very confusing. Division 1 and League 1 almost means the same thing. Why not just keep it as MLS? I don't know. But that's the full news announcement there. You can read it over on the USL Soccer's website, but it is interesting read going over how they justify this and everything. But I wanted to go over to Sports Illustrated, because Sports Illustrated, I think, has done an excellent job of just going over the pros, the cons, what it all means and everything, because like I said, this is a completely alien concept to American football fans of association football in America. Now, I've used the S word a lot during this video. I don't normally do that, but I feel like I have to say it because it is what they call it, and it's literally part of the brand and the name and everything like that over there. So let me just go through this, guys, and just go over my kind of thoughts on it, whether I think it's a good idea for MLS to do this or a bad idea to do it, because yeah, like I said, there's some big pros and cons when it comes to promotion, relegation, pro-rel as they're calling it over in America. So shout out to Sports Illustrated for doing this article. Promotion and relegation is a system that is in place in almost every professional soccer league in the world. It's one that rewards success with the opportunity to climb to higher divisions, punishes failure with relegation to lower tiers, and is the bedrock upon which the competitive integrity of the sport is built. The American soccer pyramid, however, is unique. MLS acts as a closed league, meaning that teams cannot be relegated or promoted into it. This means that while many clubs in the USL Championship, which serves as the second tier of professional soccer in the US, aspire to grow and compete at the highest level, they remain locked out of MLS due to this franchise-based structure. The only way a new team can enter MLS is by paying a hefty expansion fee, which these days typically exceeds hundreds of millions of dollars. For example, the league's latest edition, San Diego FC, paid a record-breaking $500 million to secure their place in MLS for 2025. It's not unlike what Formula One has. If you guys are F1 fans, if you know, go over and follow my F1 channel. Well, it actually just rebranded to Formula Reports, I should say, but it was F1 Chronicle before that. But yeah, if you want to join that, which Cadillac have done, you have to pay an anti-dilution fee. That's essentially what this is, what San Diego has done, basically to get their slice of the pie and compensate those teams for the, you know, the revenue they're losing out on because of that, because TV deals are agreed with the league, not with the actual clubs or the franchises. To compensate for that, they have to pay an anti-dilution fee, and it's the same thing with MLS over here as well. So that fee is only ever going to increase as well as more teams join the league, and the revenue also increases as well. So if another team wants to join in the near future, they may have to pay $600-700 million rather than $500 million, which is a lot of money. It's a big investment and doesn't exactly encourage expansion, I don't think, really. For years, the USL has expanded interest in adopting a promotion and relegation system within its own structure, with some advocates hoping that they could eventually be integrated into MLS, creating a more traditional soccer pyramid. However, MLS has shown little interest in incorporating relegation or changing its closed league format, and no significant progress has been made toward unifying the two leagues. So why does the USL so desperately want the American soccer to align more closely with global norms, and why is MLS so content to remain at its current state, continuing to forge its own unique path in the world of soccer? Now, of course, this has now changed. They have done this. They are announcing that this is, you know, they have announced they're going to change it. But let's have a look at the reasons why they may have, well, let's go over first with the ones that, you know, they've actually wanted to go for. Let's have a look at the positives of implementing this. These are the reasons that they are hoping will actually encourage some more interest in the league, really. There's plenty of arguments as to why MLS should be an open league, both sporting and financial. The division's current closed model provides no sporting or financial incentive for teams in lower leagues to improve, while teaching those within the MLS that there are no real consequences for failure or even prolonged mediocrity. Take Louisville City FC, for example, which have won the USL Championship twice since its inception in 2014. Despite being the league's most successful team ever, it remains stuck in the division with no path to the MLS. Furthermore, it has received no significant financial reward for its success, revenue that has helped the club grow and compete on a larger scale. On the other hand, consider Chicago Fire, which have finished last in MLS's overall standings on 3 occasions and second to last in 2024. Despite its relative indifference on the field, the team remains a top-flight club simply because of its status within the closed league, benefiting from media deals and league revenue that its performances do little to justify. MLS's current structure fosters stagnation, whether by keeping high-performing lower division clubs locked out of promotion or allowing underachieving teams to coast along with no repercussions. It creates a cycle of complacency that undermines true competitive growth. In 2016, according to Deloitte, transforming the MLS and broader American soccer pyramid into an open system could benefit the sport in the US from top to bottom. The report, which is commissioned by Silver International Investments, owners of the USL Championship side Miami FC, argued that implementing promotion and relegation would boost attention, leading to higher attendances and increased broadcast viewership, and push towards improving their teams and infrastructure, whether to achieve promotion or avoid relegation. It's also claimed that an open soccer pyramid would strengthen the overall soccer ecosystem through increased grassroots investments and ultimately result in a better and deeper player pool for the USMNT to draw from. And some of the people involved in American football as well, such as Jesse Marsh and the Red Bull people, also want to get it in as well. So that is the reason why. Now, the against reasons are largely financial, I do believe. So, because at the end of the day, if they're, as well just stop showing this, because I already know what I mean, you can go and read the actual reasons on there, but I know the reasons why at the end of the day. Basically, you know, if you're, for example, a new team like San Diego FC, you've invested $500 million and you get relegated in your first season, which you might well do because you're a new team. You're new to the kind of scene and everything. You want to protect your investment. You don't want it to lose value. And, you know, in the Premier League, for example, if your club gets relegated for the Prem, the value of your club goes into 3. You know, it goes down by 2/3 to 1/3 of what it was before. So you don't want your asset to depreciate. And obviously that has knock-on effects in terms of the quality of the team and the supporters and stuff suffering. But really, it's a business thing at the end of the day. They don't want that to lose their money like that. So for me, I think it's a positive thing. I think it, if you don't have the promotion relegation there's no jeopardy. You get games at the end of the season. I know the MLS has a playoff again, that's just very unique thing for American kind of sports, but when it comes to that, there's no jeopardy. There's no jeopardy at the end of the season for a lot of these teams. They'll be cut adrift. They're out of the playoffs. They can't get through to the playoffs. So why are they bothering trying? And then the fans won't turn up as well. It's just got a big knock-on effect at the end of the day. So I think it's a positive. I think it really would shape up things. And I'm really looking forward to see how it kind of, manifests itself in 2028. It's a long way away, but it's also not as well. So yeah, the USL Championship will join on to the bottom of the MLS. And how the MLS is going to be restructured, if it's even going to be restructured, I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting, and I think it is a good thing overall. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you like the fact that MLS has this unique structure, or was a change very overdue? Your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you have a great day ahead, guys. See you very soon for some more content like this on the world of football, on the world of soccer as well if you're American. And yeah, see you soon, guys. Have a fantastic day ahead.